Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about the distributive property and combining like terms. A little bit of vocab. First of all, a multiplier is a value that is to be multiplied. And an addend is a value that is added to another value. The distributive property says that the product of a sum is equivalent to the product means multiply, is equivalent to the product of each addend and the multiplier. You can pause it to write that down. And lastly, like terms are terms which have the same variables with the same exponents. All right, so we're going to be working with the distributive property. For example, if we have 4 times 7x plus 10, I like to draw arrows. I will draw arrows. Arrows tell me to multiply. 4 times 7x is 28x. 4 times positive 10 is 40, and we have just distributed. Why do we distribute? Because that's how we get rid of parentheses. When we see parentheses, our first thought is, how do I get rid of them? We get rid of them by distributing. Here is your u try. 5 times 3g plus 4. Now, we could have the multiplier after the set of parentheses. 4x plus 3y, and the 3 is in the back. I call this distributing from the back. I still draw arrows. I'm still going to multiply by the first term in the set of parentheses first. 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times positive 3y is positive 9y. All right, here's your u try. Negative 4m minus 2, and again the multiplier is in the back. Now we get to the tricky one. When there's a negative sign involved, you have to be careful. Remember, a negative sign means multiply by -1. So what are we distributing now? We are distributing -6. We have to see that minus sign or that negative sign as belonging to that 6. So -6 times 4x is -24x, and -6 times positive 8 is -48. You will often see a minus sign becoming a negative sign when you are distributing, when it is part of an expression. Once again, we have to see that minus sign as belonging to the 2. Pluses and minuses cannot exist on their own. So we are distributing here -2. That's what I'm going to do first. Remember, parentheses have to be taken care of first. So I'm going to distribute -2 to the two terms inside the parentheses. -2 times 3x is -6x. -2 times 9 is -18. I bring down the 5. Am I done? No, I am not, because now I have like terms that can be added together. I like to use colored pencils and circle and use boxes and triangles. So I have one set of like terms here, 5 and -18, which adds up to -13. I bring down the -6x, and I have finished distributing and simplifying that expression. Here's your u-try. -6 times -3x plus 2y. Okay, so combining like terms. Combining like terms means finding the terms that are like and adding them together. If I have g minus 10 plus 9g minus 4, I'm going to get out my colored pencils and I'm going to circle the like terms. So I have g and positive 9g. Notice I circled the plus sign along with the 9g because that plus sign belongs to that 9g. And I'm putting a red box around the -10 and the -4 because they are like terms. And now I'm going to add together. G and 9g add up to 10g. -10 and -4 add up to -14. And I have simplified. All right. This time I have 5x plus 3y minus 13xy minus 2x minus 4y minus 3x. All right, I'm going to go through one at a time. I'm going to circle all the x terms. There's a 5x and a -2x and a -3x. What do they add up to? They add up to 0. Am I going to write 0? I'm not going to write 0.
That's nice, Warner. If you're in the
I'm going to get a different color. And I'm going to put boxes around the y's. I've got a positive 3y and a -4y. They add up to -1y. I don't have to write the 1, so I'm just going to write -y. And then I've got, I've only got one term here that's got both x and y in it. So I'm going to add that -13xy on the end. Okay, combining like terms. Here's your u-try. -10 plus 4m minus 3 minus 8m plus 4. Okay. Now let's put it all together. I've got -9 times 5n minus 3 plus 6 times 2 plus 4n. When I see parentheses, what am I thinking? I'm thinking, how do I get rid of them? How do I get rid of parentheses? By distributing. So I'm going to distribute -9 to each term inside these parentheses. -9 times 5n is -45n. -9 times -3 is positive 27. Then I'm going to distribute positive 6 to each item inside these parentheses. Positive 6 times 2 is positive 12. Positive 6 times positive 4n is positive 24n. Now I'm going to combine like terms. Let's see. I've got a -45n and a positive 24n. Say one thing at a time. What does that add up to? -21n And I've got a positive 27 and a positive 12. That adds up to positive 39. Can I add these two terms together? I cannot. They are not like terms. All right. Here is your final U try. Negative 10 times 1 minus 9a plus a minus 10 times 6. Solve that, simplify, put your U-try answers into the knowledge check in Vision, and bring your questions to class. We'll see you then.